Hey yo, what's good? All right, so I wanted to make a quick video because I've been getting questions about swapping teams out, customizing it to your own liking, and possibly using the tool for other stuff. So before we talk about swapping another team in or swapping a team out or putting our own stuff in here, it's definitely good to understand like what's being controlled by 2K and what's being controlled by the modded files. We're gonna go to Kentucky. We're gonna copy them in. Black. Once they copied in, we can verify that they work just by going coach and practice without. All right, so no Kentucky's working right. All right, so just wanted to make sure that was good. All right, if we go to front office and then go to team relocation, you have a couple options here. So if you want to swap in a completely different team, that's completely fine. Like I said, it's just good to understand what you may need to update in the mod as far as how to fix that. So let's first talk about what's controlled via 2K. So choose city, done through 2K. Team branding, that is being done in 2K. None of my modded files are touching this section here. All of this stuff here is all being done in game. So if you want to put your own team in here, you got to get the team logo through the 2K share. So make sure if you do it that way, you upload your team logo to 2K share, then download it if you're gonna put your own team here. So team colors, team logo, team identity, that's all being done within 2K. My mod is not touching it. Design arena. So under design arena, my mods are basically controlling a lot of this stuff. So the arena is 13. That's a modded arena file that we have. And I can show you that here. Kentucky. So there's arena 13. So that's being controlled by the mods. The Jumbotron also being controlled. That's score cube 0, also being controlled by the mods, which is why you see custom textures. All right, let's go back. This scores table being controlled by the mods, which is why you see the logos on the seats. So that's the sideline. The seating is also being controlled by the mods. That's in the actual arena folder. So that's in the bold folder, bold 12. It's a seat back mask or something like that that are altered and changed up in the scene file to make it control that. So we actually control the seat via modded files. Baskets. So baskets is a little bit different. So I'm controlling everything on the basket via modded files. The team padding color is not being controlled by that. So if you swap a team out and you put your own team in here, make sure that you update this part in the game. That's not going to be controlled by the mod. So I can go here and go green. See? And it's got the blue up top, got the logos, but it don't got the padding color. So just remember that. That's not being controlled by modded files. Design arena, we did that design floor. So the floor is actually being controlled via modded files. So this little created floor, int floor IFF, that's where the actual floor texture is located, and that's being shown in the game because it's just loading it up. Typically, what will be happening if you did a regular team design, you'll download the team design, and that court will be displayed here through the game, but it's actually using this archive. So we're just pulling out the archive and then putting a custom texture on top of it. So if you want to put your own court in here, just drop the texture in here, and I'll show you. I got a template to convert old courts into 2K25 dimensions so that you don't have to remake any of your courts. All right, what else we got? Let's keep going through this list. Design uniform. Okay, so the uniform is another thing that has to be done in 2K. We don't got proper cheat engine tables yet, so I was like, you know what? We just gonna do everything through 2K. The good thing with this scenario has all the uniforms already built in, but let's say you want to change a team out. If you want to change a team out, just go ahead and make sure you design the uniforms. Either you design it yourself or you find a dope creator and pull their uniforms in. I actually have a list of creators. I'll drop that in the description for the people that I saw that made some dope jerseys. You have a list of people that you can look for because you can technically take one of their team designs, pull them in, and then do the rest of the stuff yourself through the mod files. All right, so now that we talked about that, I had a question about the floor. So I'm gonna show you real quick here how you can get your old floors to work in 2K25. All right, so I'm gonna open up an old floor. Actually, I'm gonna open up this first floor here. It's the Kentucky court. All right, so this is the Kentucky court that's working for 2K25. I'm gonna open up one of the, I can't remember what number Kentucky was, but we're gonna open up an old court for my 23, for my 2K20 mod. And so as you can see off the rip, if I go to Let's do the same dimensions. As you can see, dimension wise, this is at the same zoom level. 2K25 courts are bigger because they made the floor bigger in this game. So trying to put these courts into 2K25, it wouldn't fit the dimensions right. It's just not gonna work. All right, so I'm gonna show you how you can actually just get your old courts to work. So I made a template. This template basically allows you to take pull your old court in, stretch it out, and it'll fit and work the exact same way that any 2K25 court will work. So what you want to do is open up this floor template. I basically mapped out the sidelines, top and bottom. Dimensions might be off a little bit, but it works enough. It works perfectly. What you want to do is you want to take an old court, you want to drop it in, and you want to drop this court on top of the template and just stretch it out. So I'm going to take this court, put it over here. So I'm going to take this court and drop it in. So all you have to do here is basically line it up with the template. So we're going to put this here and do a free transform, and we're going to stretch it out. All right, so that's the first area. So there's 2 boxes inside of here. You want to stretch it all the way to the second box. I usually just do the first box first and then the second box. Just OCD, I don't know why, but I'll do it. All right, so once you stretch it out to that first box, you're going to right click, free transform again, and you're going to stretch it one more time. Boom, and then you'll start to see that these lines will hit those sidelines perfectly. Do this one. Boom. Now you see how those lines match up. That's what you're looking for. You want to make sure those sidelines match up. Now this court is done. Basically save it, name it as whatever the floor names is in the archive. You want to save it as BC7. So make sure you save it's not BC1, it's BC7. Rename it, drop it in the archive, and it should work. I'll have the template for the court so that you can pull your own courts in. So now that you know that, let's say you wanted to go ahead and customize and add your own team here. Again, super easy. Take one of these folders, copy, paste it, rename it to the team you're going to change it to, then go in and alter all of the textures to the new colors or the new team that you're putting in. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up the archive, and if you go under created, you can see all of the textures that I modified. Just go through these, look at what's what, and then change them to the new team logo, textures, colors that you're going to put in here. Super easy. So somebody had a question about potentially using the tool for something else. I don't care, man. You can do whatever you want with the tool. I will say this about the tool. The tool is automatically looking for any folders within this CHSM folder. So if you put it into a different folder, you're going to have to rewrite the code. But if you don't mind just keeping that folder for whatever your use is going to be, you can do that. So say, for example, you're going to do another scenario mod. And you're like, I'm just going to use the tool, but I don't want to really mess with anything. That's perfectly fine. Just put whatever folders you want in here. It will still show everything here the same way, but these folders will be whatever in your folder. Feel free to do whatever you want with the tool. If you want to use it for another purpose, that's perfectly fine with me. That's pretty much it. If I have something else, I'll be back with it.